was an important win to win at home in front of our fans and get a slight advantage moving into Seattle, because everyone knows how difficult it is to get a result up there. But that said, we have a lot of experience playing up in Seattle, so we're going to go there for a good game and get out of the tie, hopefully.
Take me through the goal. You run onto the ball, you see Fry off his line. How quick of a decision do you make to chip it over him?
It was pretty instantaneous. As soon as I saw Diego play the ball in behind, it quickly peeked over my shoulder, and I saw Fry rushing out, like sprinting, and I knew that the angle would be close for me to go around him, so I just decided to chip him, and it worked out perfectly.
This was your first start at home in the playoffs. It was your first Portland-Seattle playoff match. It was the first Portland-Seattle playoff match for most of the people out there today. What was it like being in this atmosphere in this game?
It's definitely a little bit overwhelming at first, just knowing how much it means to the club, the fans, and us as players. But luckily, I was able to cool my nerves early on in the game with a few simple touches, and from there I was able to keep my composure on the finish. And it's just it's an important win, for everyone involved, and we're really happy about that. But we know that there's a long way to go.
Yeah, there's another leg. It's almost kind of halftime instead of full time. We're talking to Liam Ridgewell about that a moment ago. How do you guys now approach going up to Seattle with the 2-1 advantage?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, we have to recover. Take care of our bodies, make sure that we're ready, because it's going to be a difficult game up there. There's going to be a lot of running, a lot of dirty work that we're going to have to do to make sure that we get the result, because Seattle knows that they're down and they're going to be pushing for a result. They're not going to sit back and wait for us to take the game to them. They're going to have to come out and win the game. So, we need to weather that storm and then make the most of our opportunities.
Jeremy, congrats on the win. Good luck on Thursday up in Seattle. Guys, back to you.
Jeremy, with going to Seattle, you said you need to make sure you rest and recover. How do you avoid fatigue when you're dealing with it to be in third game in 9 days?
It's just about doing as much as you can right. From ice baths and massages and all that, taking care of our bodies, make sure we're eating the right things, because nutrition is so important. And then from there, once we get to game time, we can't think about 3 games in 9 days. It's got to be, we got to flip that mental switch where it's 90 minutes and that's all that there is to it, especially knowing that there's not going to be another game for quite some time. After that game, we just have to give it everything, and if we're tired, whatever minute it is, there's 3 guys on the bench ready to go.
You continue to find ways to get goals or assists if you look at the last few games. What's going right for you right now? Is your confidence building?
Yeah, my confidence is definitely building, but something that I like to preach a lot is I just need to stay grounded, because part of me wants to be jubilant and excited and just enjoy the moment as much as I can, but at the same time I know that you're only as good as your last performance, and Thursday's going to be a really important game, and the last thing I need is to be high off of this goal and have a bad game in Seattle and cost the team a game there. So I'm pleased with the performance from the team and myself, but I recognize that there's a long way to go.
Obviously, you've trained with the team all year and you've had MLS minutes before this year, but what have you been able to do to be so effective after, just stepping in towards the end of the season?
I think it's just about the work that we do on the training ground. You put in a lot of hours on the training ground that people don't see even after training, but at some point that's going to pay off, and I'm lucky that when I got my opportunity it did pay off, and from there it's just again about staying grounded, making sure that I don't get too caught up in the moment, because there's a long way for me to go as a player and I have a lot to learn, so it's about taking everything I can in and performing as much as I can for the guys around me.